Hi, and welcome to my quick video. And I'm making a video showing my homemade metal detecting sand scoop. And when I just started metal detecting, I thought I'd make a sand scoop. So I went over to Value Village here in Vancouver, and they have these I guess they're from IKEA, and they're made like of stainless steel. And so yeah, I guess I got it for like $1 or something. I don't even know what it is. It's something they sell at IKEA, but it looked like it'd make a decent sand scoop. So I drilled out a whole bunch of extra holes in it, and this is carbon fiber, and you can buy it on eBay, and you can just buy like couple feet of carbon fiber. So I had this left over because I modified my metal detecting for my Garrett Infinium. I made the handle out of carbon fiber, or part of it, and so I had some leftover carbon fiber. And then I just kind of bodged this together. Here's a little piece of carbon fiber, and then I sort of made it sort of semicircular here, so it fit nicely in here. And this piece here is it's like for a wall plug. I don't know if you've ever seen these, but you can use this to hold the bolt into the drywall. So this is really that's what that's for. And then there's this this sort of L-shaped metal bracket. You can get these at any hardware store, this kind of stuff. It's like a couple of bucks for these things, but I just had them sitting around. And then you just got some bolts and nuts. So this bolt and nut goes right through here. So you have to drill some holes right through here, or just drill two holes through here, and then put the thing through, and then screw it on, and tighten it up. And so I didn't use a washer here. I didn't use a washer here. Here's another shorter nut and bolt. Here's some short nut and bolts right here. And then I used some washers in there. I got a big washer around here and a smaller washer around there. So yeah, it's a pretty simple design. If you can pick up one of these at IKEA. The other thing too is that the original handle I had was not carbon fiber. The original handle I had was like, I think it was from like a rolling pin. And so it was really funny looking, and it was like a wood handle, and it also came it was quite a bit longer, so it went down here. So yeah, the original scoop doesn't have hardly as many holes as I've drilled out. Like, you can see how many holes I've drilled out. I've drilled out like tons of holes. Wherever there was like an empty space, I drilled a hole. So you can see all of these holes are drilled out. And then at the bottom, there's a bunch more holes drilled out too. So just wherever there was like a space that I drilled out holes. And originally with that, when I didn't drill the holes out, I mean, it worked as a sand scoop, but it didn't filter the sand quite as quickly. So now it's good because you go in and then you just shake it like this, and you shake all the sand out of it, and then you can see what you've got. And so yeah, it's a good little sand scoop. It's not a shovel, so it's not gonna go as deep as a shovel would. So that's one of the drawbacks of it, is it's more like of a surface scoop. Like as long as your sand isn't really tightly packed sand, it'll work pretty good. So yeah, that's my homemade sand scoop. It probably cost me, $10-20 to make. You know, the carbon fiber was probably the more expensive part of it. You can get away with, if you don't use carbon fiber, if you just use like a wood handle, you know, you get this the whole thing could cost probably under $10 to build it. And then you've got two-part epoxy. So I've used two-part epoxy in here. I kind of sealed up all the bolts when I tightened the bolts up, and then afterwards I put two-part epoxy on all the bolts and nuts, on all the, so that, you know, they would be protected from the elements. And so there's like two-part epoxy covering all these little nuts and bolts on the bottom too. You can see it. And then I used a two-part epoxy where the carbon fiber comes together here, and where the carbon fiber meets the IKEA sieve right here. There's a carbon fiber there, or a two-part epoxy there, and then there's a bunch of two-part epoxy in this sort of here, and then just a bit of two-part epoxy around here. And so it's very simple to do it. So I would you know, assemble all your materials. You can either put the handle on first and then do the drilling after. And you got to be quite careful with the drilling too, because you have to have like a metal bit. And I would drill smaller holes and then drill bigger holes. So yeah, so start off with like a really small bit, and then drill all the holes where you want the holes, like with a 16th inch bit or 8th inch bit, and then gradually drill bigger. I think that's the easiest way to do it. And of course, take all the safety precautions. You know, it's actually easier to put the handle on before you start drilling, because at least then you have something to hold it with. And then you also got to be careful, because when you're drilling, you could create burrs, and you know, you have to get the burrs off with a file. So take like a round file, and if you have any burrs, like drill off the burrs, grind off the burrs so that they don't cut you or get caught on your clothing and things like that. So yeah, there's my sand scoop. All told, maybe under $20 with the carbon fiber. And if you don't use carbon fiber, you know, you could do it for $10. And yeah, I mean, I think that I'm actually, you know, I've done a lot more metal detecting now, and I don't think I'm gonna go with like one of these really expensive sand scoops. But the next thing that I'm gonna acquire is a decent, you know, portable shovel. And so I think pretty much I'm all set with this and a portable shovel, and that's all I really need. And I also got the pinpointer as well. That's one of the things that I just got recently that I am just starting to use that. So yeah, I hope you like that. And you know, you could probably start with that, and you could probably modify it, make it even better than the one I made. So hope you enjoy that, and good luck with the metal detecting.